Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War campaign 16.3, the second day of There's No Campaign. But anyways, hello, hello, Mr. Zucchini. I still have no clue what to call it. Honestly, I might just call it the 21 days of no campaign. Right now, I was gonna do it like 16.3 this week, then 16.6 next week, and then 16.9 the following week. But honestly, we should make just 21 days of no campaign. Actually, how many days of Christmas is it for the song thingy? Instead of the X days of Christmas, it's the 21 days of no campaign. But anyways, hello, hello, Mr. Z, hello, Alex, hello, Isabel, hello, Lone Wolf, hello, Sani, hello, hello, Supernova, hello, Jonyon. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyways, in other news, despite having no campaign, we still have a billion other things we still have going on. We have ourselves, of course, the holiday event. Gotta make sure to do this every single day. This is one of the things that if you don't do every day, you will miss out on some value from. It's one of the few things in the game that are set up like so. However, as long as you do it every single day, throw 50 gems down, you will get every single reward. Those being the Winter Armor, Orb of Power, one of the troop, and then 6 of the pet, 5 to get it max, 1 to get the golden version. And you'll have everything. And yes, it's 50 gems a day, which is whatever 14 times 50 is, which is math, 700 gems. Well, technically 800 because you do have to spend 100 on one of the days to be able to afford the power. Or, you know, to be able to afford everything. So it's like 800 gems then. But anyways. Okay, so, you know what? We're already here. Might as well start here. I'm just running Truffle Loop. And we're good to go. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What do we even have here? Do we go double to green? I think we do go double to green. But actually, we could just go for the win, so we don't even need to. What do we need? I'm just gonna take the blue and hope it surges. Nice. We can work with that. Whenever we can get Forest Troll, we do kind of want to cast it, but if we already are so close on mana, not really needed. What do I need here? I'll take the blue. Grab our Truffle. Oh, thank you for reminding me of the holiday event. Yeah, I try to mention every single stream. It's the daily reminder to do your dailies at the end of the day. Every single time we ever stream every night. Because we actually get them done pretty late. Because us streaming at this time is like, what, 5-6 hours prior to reset or something? The daily reminder of don't forget to do your dailies. And that is one of the few missable ones. A lot of dailies in Gems of War, they either mean nothing if you miss them, or, you know, you can wait until, like, the final day of the week or something similar. This is one of the few dailies, weeklies, double weeklies that you actually do have to do every day, otherwise you do lose out a bit of loot from it. And it's easy to forget because it's in, like, a weird menu inside of a weird menu. Like, it's really hidden these days compared to where it used to be. At least I feel like it is. And I have actually forgotten to do it one day the other time. The other time we had the event, like the previous one. Didn't really matter because I already had the armor and everything, so it didn't actually cost me more gems. But I did actually forget to do it one of the days. So far we haven't, though we're only 2 days in. Is the holiday event troop a good one? Yes. Well, his final trait is. His ability is pretty useless, but his final trait is basically better than the Wish Gem Mythic. So, yeah, it's pretty good. We'll probably cover some teams for it potentially this Thursday. If I have time, I want to try getting the... oh gosh, what's his name? I want to get the Stellarix teams video out tomorrow if I can. Because tomorrow we're also going to be streaming Pokemon finally. It came out like over a week ago and I've been meaning to do it, but I keep pushing it away because I keep doing other things. But yeah, I hope to also get out the Stellarix video tomorrow. Because that will be the 1 week mark of him existing. So it'll be the perfect time to do so. Of course, we've had him since day one. Like, we're using him. Actually, we've still been using him. Not as much, though. But, yeah, we've had him since day one. Well, you guys saw. If you saw the stream of the patch, we got absurdly lucky. We actually got him with no duplicates. Which is absurdly, absurdly lucky. Which makes up for the fact that we won 27 on the first one to try to get it. But the second one only took a 6. The minimum it could even take. So it worked out really well for us, luckily. Yeah, we've had him for a while, just haven't covered the video. Might as well tomorrow. We've had plenty of time to mess around with teams. Still a few teams I need to build for it, though, but pretty sure I already know kind of what I want to do for it. Anyways, holiday event completed, and tomorrow night we'll be going over this little guy, and hopefully have the video on Thursday on them. A lot of teams video this week, honestly. Honestly, almost every single day where I could try to squeeze one in. Probably gonna try to get in teams video because we're gonna need something for almost everything. Probably Stellarix tomorrow if we can. This guy on Thursday if we can. And then one of the other 3 days, maybe cover that other mythic we didn't bother. The one from the previous campaign. Still kind of cover him. I'm not a big fan of him, but I still feel like we should cover a video on him. Maybe this Friday, as if he came out this Friday, not like he actually is. The next mythic isn't until, actually, what is the date? Next mythic's not until the 5th. Friday the 5th is next mythic day. Anyways, what are we doing? Oh yeah, I gotta kill 150 objective today. Come on. Alright, that's not good. That's worse. That's also worse. Though not really, because it's barely gonna do anything. And we're already on the right team, so I don't need to change it. Perfect. Oh, so hello, Lone Wolf. Yeah, everything's been going pretty well. Actually, today was a lot of fun. Ended up going to the movie theater for the first time in like 4 or 5 years. As far as to like a physical movie theater. Not as far as seeing a movie, but as far as like physically going to a movie theater. Today was the first time since like 2019? Late 2018? Somewhere around there? I actually don't even remember, it's been so long. But, yeah, I went to see the new Wonka movie. It wasn't bad. It wasn't exceptionally good. But the word bad would not be used to describe it. It was adequate. But no, it actually... The ending was really good. The ending was really, really, really good. It almost feels like they worked backwards on the movie. Like, they knew how they wanted to conclude the movie. Like, someone pitched the idea of, like, this is what we're going for. And then they worked backwards from that. It sounds like when this movie was pitched, they knew exactly how they wanted to end the movie, and then worked backwards from there. Because it really shows. It really shows with how the movie's kind of structured and everything. But it was overall pretty good. And the ending, I would say, is overall worth it for everything else. There's a bit of plot holes here and there. And gosh, does Wonka have like 1.5 billion plot armors. He has enough plot armor for like 5 movie protagonists. The amount of plot armor he has during that movie, it is insane. Like, obviously that's pretty common. But it is very heavy plot armor. The amount of times he shouldn't have gotten away with what he got away with is insane. But it's a pretty good overall movie. Obviously not as good as the original. But as far as, like, origin stories are concerned, it was an adequate origin story for it, I would say. What do we need here? Throw that down. Also, the movie tickets did not go up in price. They were $5 plus tax. They are super cheap. Not sure how much movies are by you guys. Though that was their first showing and on a discount day. But, yeah, it was $5 plus tax. Which I'm not sure how much it was after all that tax, because tax is actually a little bit higher in this area. So maybe, let's say $6. But the actual base ticket was like $5. What's my favorite film genre? Oh, definitely animation. For sure. Though there hasn't been that many good animated movies lately. Or definitely a lower amount of them. So hello, Tyrion. Welcome, welcome. What am I doing? We did that, we did that. What is this? Faction event? Oh yeah, we have faction today. Do I even feel like using the faction event today? Honestly, I feel like skipping it for once. I know it's literally in the title, like, hey, we're gonna go to the faction event. But, I actually want to poll something. Do you guys still do... I actually want to see something real quick. Do you do all of the Tuesday faction events, some of them, or none of them? I actually want to poll this real quick. I'm actually curious. We have been doing pretty much all of them lately. So I would probably say we do all of them, if I was to vote on my own poll here. However, I'm actually kind of curious. Let's see. Do you do the Tuesday faction events? Yes, always. Yes, sometimes. And no, never. I don't think we need a 4th option. Let's see. No, never. Oh no, what would be the other in-between option? I think that's fine. There we go. Because they've definitely been devalued over, over, you know, Vault Event weekends, which we literally just had to. But, because the main loot you get for doing the entirety of the faction, which takes probably 15-20 minutes, give or take a bit, is, these rewards, which is only 2 Vault Keys and an orb. Or, sorry, 2 orbs and a Vault Key. As well as some Chaos Shards and some other things, but obviously it's mostly just the 2 orbs and the Vault Key. I'm still gonna do it, though. Mostly because we honestly have a pretty easy quick kill team. So might as well. We don't have Empower turn 1, though, unfortunately. So hello, Jamie. Hello, Chad. Hello, Tyrion. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're hunting the Fleabee shiny? Nice. Oh, yeah, we're finally going to play the Pokemon thing tomorrow. I've been putting it off for like a week now. But yeah, we'll finally have some time to go play it tomorrow. Probably Thursday and hopefully one day this weekend as well if we're not done by then. I assume we could finish within 2 streams, so I don't know how much content there is. We'll find out. So hello, Outlander! Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I've somehow managed to avoid all spoilers for the game as well. So I'm going in as blind can be. I haven't even seen any previews for it. That's how blind we're going in. Having to do a whole faction in 3 days makes you never want to do one again. I don't know. I honestly feel like that's better. Having to do a whole faction in 3 days. That spreads it out a lot more. Compared to being stuck having to do it all in one day. Like the Tuesday events. We have a really easy team this week, so might as well just run with it. There's one really funny thing we can run every yellow day now is the finesse build. Or, you know, the Egress, E-Cattle team. I'm currently not running that right now, but if you need a cheap team, I think we showed it in the video too. Oh, we finally covered the video today, by the way. I did it before I went to the theaters. But I've been out half the day today. Went to the theater, had a bite to eat, did a little bit of last minute shopping. I keep forgetting something every single time. I'm pretty sure I will figure out tomorrow morning, like, oh, I'm still forgetting something. Like, every single time I think I have everything, it's like, nope. There's always that one thing that you don't really expect. Like, you just assume you have it in the house, and then when you go for it, it's not there. I will take that one over. Hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. You always go for one thing and come back with everything except that one thing? Yeah, I've done that before. But these days, I would say not that often. Because if I'm going for literally only one thing or a very small list of things, I normally pick up all those things first and then go for everything else if I want anything else. Or I guess technically pick them up along the way. If they're on the way, of course. Depends what area in the shop it is. Like, if everything I need's in the same area, then, you know, you just kind of grab what you need and go. But if it's spread all across the place, then, yeah, that could definitely happen. Like, if you need 3 or even 4 items just in every corner of the shop. Just go make a whole circle around. You're opening Vault Keys? Yeah, I will be over the next week. I want to save at least 100 of them for Christmas night as well. I'll just hand out a ton of codes on Christmas night. We're already going to be doing the 2019 holiday pet the shelf on an elf. But we're also going to be opening a bunch of vault keys and handing out some extra codes based on what we get. So I want to save at least 100 of them for that for Christmas night. Not to be confused with Christmas Eve, but the actual day of Christmas night. Which is a Monday. Which we're going to be doing a lot of things that day. Because it's also the weekly reset day. So, very busy night. You just got Medusa on your brand new account. Is she worth using? I forget her damage output. I remember her trait and everything. I forget what her ability damage is. Medusa. True damage to an enemy boosted by stone. Problem is stone is like never really a boost ratio. It's probably not worth using. Especially if you have your hands on a Tesla. I guess pre-Tesla she could be fine. Like prior to having an actual good true damage option, you could use her for true damage. Her main purpose is to have curse stun though. Like her whole gimmick is she has impervious curse stun. But her true damage I guess is okay. By her second cast, she'd be hitting for basically one-shotting everything at your level range. So it can kind of work. But the second you get Tesla, you would never touch her again. Well, at least for her ability anyways. She would always be at least somewhat viable for her trait setup. But you can kind of work around her. The biggest issue is her mana cost is going to be so high for what she does. And she doesn't even get to do anything until her second cast, essentially. So in a lot of situations, she probably won't be worth using early on in the game. And the second you have a single Tesla, you would never touch her again, at least for her ability. Only for her final trait. But you don't really need Curse Stun as much early on in the game, because not as many people around you even have traits. Like, a lot of people that early on don't even have any traits that you need to Curse Stun off of them. See, unfortunately, I don't think she would do much. Because her whole purpose is Curse Stun. And Curse Stun isn't really that needed early on in the game. And there's better true damagers out there by a mile that are also less rare than her. You're not a fan? Sure, if you're a fan of the new PvP. So far, I personally haven't minded it. You have to keep in mind, it's still not fully implemented yet. There's still a lot of changes they're going to be doing. Even the changes they already made aren't even fully implemented. Like, even during this patch, we won't really see it working, like, fully properly until at least a couple weeks. Like, pretty much at least, like, 5 weeks until everyone's in diamond rank and everything. And then it should start settling. Especially by the time they do the January, February patch. I don't know. Time will tell. So far, I've personally been enjoying it. Though I can definitely see myself doing it a lot less than, like, 3 months from now. Or after, you know, we get all the unique rewards and everything from it. Because after all the unique rewards, what would we really do it for? Unless they add something better to use silver marks on. And make it clearer how gold marks are going to work. And figure out what that third mark is going to be. Platinum marks or diamond marks, whatever they're going to do for those things. I don't know, time will tell. You don't know how the new PvP system works? It's pretty similar to the old system. You basically just do PvP battles. Except you have a lot more restrictions. You also kind of have to do like the chasing thing that you would do for Explore 12. Or any Explorer, if you're farming shards. Where you chase around the one that gives you better bonus. Instead of giving you like more shards or something like that. The ones in the ones in PvP, they give you, what would you call it? They give you silver marks. And then those silver marks are used to buy pets. And currently pretty much nothing else. It's so much slower now, is it? It doesn't feel that much slower. Though in all fairness, I haven't really done PvP in years in this game. So I'm not really sure what I'm comparing slower to. Some of the restrictions are. Like, Stormheim's a little slow. Giants are a little slow. But others are pretty quick. Like, Yellow's really quick. Strix is really quick. Suncrest is decently quick, though not as quick. Some colors have access to some pretty quick stuff, like purple. Is Wand of Stars the best weapon in the entire game? Pretty much, yes. Wand of Stars is really, really, really good. They added it as a counter to Book. But in doing so, they made it a counter to everything. Because Book is just so strong. But yeah, Wand is basically an everything counter. It is the ultimate of utility weapons that we currently have. It can cleanse you, it can give you protection to status effects. It can curse the enemy team so you could apply anything to them. It could dispel them so you don't have to deal with barrier or submerge. And it mana accumulates pretty well. Which was one thing I was actually really surprised with. I think when it first came out, like before it came out, not when it actually came out. Obviously, once we started using it, it was very obvious. But before it came out, I think I very drastically underestimated how good 6 elemental stars is. It is really, really, really good. It's basically 6 wild cards with how many colors it covers. Not exactly, but pretty close. And because of that, it is really, really, really good. Like, I wasn't expecting the weapon to over mana accumulate itself when I first saw, like, what it did. But it does. It actually gets that much. Like, 6 elemental stars is not enough. It's enough to not only get the weapon all the way to full mana, but also then fill, like, your entire team with mana. Is insane. Or at least half of your team with mana. It's still a pretty situational weapon, though. As it does mana block you in every color, and forces you to have to get the weapon up first. Because generally you're using it in first slot or second slot. So you're essentially forced to have to go for wand first, or very close to first. There are some teams that run, like, a last slot wand, but, I do feel like its main position is first slot. Even though there are teams that can use it in pretty much any location. Yeah, it's really good until it misses as well. That's another problem with it. It's one of many things in the game where if it misses, you basically just die. Not completely, necessarily, in some situations. Especially since you tend to use it with a class that has freeze. So it is not, like, that bad. But, yeah, a lot of times, if you miss with Wand, you just gave the enemy team just full mana across their whole team. There's a lot of troops that are like that, though. It's not exclusive just to Wand issue. It's pretty much anything that creates gem issue. Especially gems that can cover multiple colors. You find an orc restriction? Nothing? As in hard or easy? Orc restriction without Eye of Argris is probably pretty hard. With Eye of Argris, it's basically just put a bunch of Eye of Argrises on your team and skip your turn until you win. Which is really funny. It is definitely a typing that is very dependent on what you have. And the thing that you need is something a lot of people probably don't have laying around. Because unless you have 3 or 4 Eye of Argris, it's actually going to be a little difficult. Especially once everyone has like 3 or 4 Eye of Argris and you have like none or 1. I can see that being one of the harder modes overall. As the whole mode is currently dependent on how many Eyes of Argris do you own. There's some ways to cheese it if you are up against a team like that, though. Like Writhing Staff has Entangle on it while creating skulls and a few other things like that. You also have 2 Empower skulls from the Kingdom. So you could do that with an Empower Red and feed your whole team. You also have access to Mang, so you could do like a Mang into double Empower. And then use the red guy to get your mana. Because there's a red Empower that you could do to get your initial Mang. Then use your Mang. Then double Empower Skull, and that will kill most of the team. The problem is we're talking a few turns before that gets operational. Unless you have alignment on literally everything. You have to skip at least 1 turn to use Mang. As its extra turn chance is near non-existent. It technically isn't 0. But the chance you actually land an extra turn off of Mang is nearly 0. Is Eye of Argris available in all this week in chess? Yes and no. Yes, he is in the drop table, but he's not the exclusive thing in drop table. The easiest way to get an Eye of Argris would be to save a ton of diamonds for him. Which I'm not sure if it's worth going out of your way to save that many diamonds just for, you know, 2 copies of Eye of Argris or something similar. But the other way is to throw a bunch of event keys during a, what's that one kingdom called? The one Eye of Argris is from. Groshnok. Groshnok event week, and throw a bunch of event keys then. The only problem with that is there's a couple other mythics there. And we're talking like thousands upon thousands of keys to actually get like 3+ copies of them. So many, I'm not even sure if I would bother getting a 4th, even though I have 3 right now. Because just having a hero to offset it seems fine. You can also technically offset it with the 50% mana star orc troop if you want to. I normally do it with hero just because there's more options. But yeah, it's actually really hard to get 3 copies of a mythic. But there are a few of them that actually are viable. The most noteworthy one in the entire game, obviously, is Ironhawk. But now with the new PvP update, Eye of Argus is one of them. It's one of the reasons I actually got 3 of him when he first came out. I noticed when he came out that we would definitely need him in the future. And it did eventually come true. It was because the orc typing just has... It doesn't have a lack of synergy. It just has a lack of good options. Like, it actually does have synergy. It's one of the few typings I feel like does have synergy with itself. The problem is nearly every orc is a useless troop. So it doesn't matter if it has synergy if all the synergy is just meh. Which is why the meta is basically just spam and Power Skull or spam Eye of Argus. Because there's pretty much no in between. That's the only problem with some of the PvP restrictions. Like, once we actually start seeing people's actual teams, the meta is going to be very defined for every section. While every single section will have a different meta, each actual section will have, like, a very obvious, here are, like, your 2 to 3 choices, and there's no other option kind of teams. Which is the only slight downside I could see in the PvP system in the super long term. Is you're going to have 3 battles to fight. And those 3 battles you have to fight are basically the only 3 you're ever going to see. Because that's basically the meta for every section. There's just going to be 3 different battles. Based on what variant of the meta people are going to run. I don't know, we'll see in time. We can't really see that yet because we still have the random generated teams and everything. Until it actually gets populated with real players' teams. Which I feel like we'll fully get to see the second week of Diamond Rank. We'll probably get to see that system fully properly. That or by the time they do the next update. Because I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of bug in this update. That actually prevents it from actually happening. Until next update in like January or February. So I added a code once we finish out the faction, by the way. So what's the poll at currently? I didn't even double check the poll. I put up a poll on if people do faction or not. I guess see. So far, it is 39% people always do it. 27% people sometimes do it. So that's about, what, 66? Okay, so that's about a 2/3 of people being like they always or normally do it, pretty much. And then a third who never do it. Interesting. Yeah, we'll end poll there, I guess. Interesting. Alright, I'll throw that down. But yeah, we pretty much always do it. I would probably put myself in the always do category, even though there are some weeks I would say we don't do it, obviously. But generally speaking, like 95% of the time plus we do. Maybe like a few times out of the year we'll skip it. It's still 2 orbs and a Volkey. Compared to Vault event, that's not much. But compared to like anything else that you could do with that time in game, it's actually still a pretty good amount of loot. When it's like not a Vault event or anything else. Is update stream? Wait, what? I'm not sure we were asking Lone Wolf. Okay, I'll take that one over. Get our guard in there. It's not hard to get 3 copies of a mythic. It only happens to mythics you don't need them to happen to. True. It is true. Actually, one pretty funny strategy that a lot of the color things could be used on as well if you don't have all the books and everything. But you went dry on the dragons. You can actually run like double, triple elemental dragon of the gem dragons into like a mana accumulation weapon. You open thousands of keys with no mythics yet. Oh wait, which glory? Oh, glory keys? Yeah, glory keys do have a pretty low rate. The rate is actually 1 in 10,000 or so. Glory keys will be a mythic. We ended up opening 100,000 a couple weekends ago and got 11 mythics from it. But yeah, the rate is about 1 in 10,000. We got a little lucky when we did ours earlier. So we did get 2 of the same. We got 2 Great Kings, so technically we did get 10 uniques. Even though we got 11 mythics, we did get 10 uniques. It's about 1 every 10,000. They have a pretty low rate overall. The 2 main ways that you actually get mythics is not actually from glory keys, even though glory keys do have them. Gem keys and maxed out guild keys, or guild chests, whatever they're called, the seal keys, those things. Like when you open those with 40,000 seals in your guild, as well as just opening gem keys whenever, are generally the best 2 ways to get all mythics. Unless you're spending gems on VIP keys if you have access to them, in which case that's the best gem to mythic ratio. But generally, you want to be using your gems on other stuff. You actually generally don't want to be using gems on mythics, oddly enough. If you're playing Gems of War super long term, you're actually going to need all your gems for not getting mythics. And just simply use all your keys that you get on trying to obtain mythics. Because in the super long term, you're going to need the gems more than you're going to need the mythics, as you're going to finish all the mythics way before you stop needing gems. So you almost never want to use, like, physical gems to try to get mythics. You still can, on occasion. But in the current state of the game, it is actually best to just use the natural keys that you get and save all your gems for things that only gems can buy. Like weekly events. Like, for example, Invasion event this week, spending 210 gems on that. And stuff like that. As well as 50 gems per day on the current season event. Like, things like those is what you want to prioritize your gems on. Whereas, very rarely in the current state of the game would you ever use physical gems to try to get mythics. I just want to for the fun of it. How is the drop rate from legendary guild chests? Which one? So, like, 20,000? It's basically the equivalent of opening a glory key. If you don't have them all the way maxed. So, a bit worse. Technically 10 times worse now that I think about it. I forget what the actual ratio is. Yeah, I believe it actually is 10 times worse than a, having them all the way max. Which is why generally you only want to open them when you have 40,000 plus seals in your guild. One way that you could do that, even if you're in a smaller guild, save a ton of your purple orbs and try to get some other people in your guild to also do it. And then just dump all your purple orbs on the same week. That counts for extra seals towards your guild's 40,000 total that you need. And if you all do it on the same week, even if you're only getting like barely 20,000 every week, the extra amount should get you over to 40,000. And you can do that like once a month during like Mythic Week or something similar. And I say Mythic Week because other people in the guild might want to try for the new Mythic. Because you don't have to open your guild seal keys when you do it, necessarily. You can always just wait. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, explosion. Because claiming a purple orb doesn't automatically make you open the seals that you get from them. So hello, Black. Welcome. Hope all's been well. And yeah, as people mentioned, if you prefer leave a like on stream, helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. We'll have a redeem code as soon as we finish out this faction. And then from there, I guess we'll clear out a few other dailies, then probably mess with PvP the rest of the time. I'm pretty sure I put it in the title, but we're gonna hit 6.5k tonight. And unlike last night, we are not ending the stream until we have 6.5k PvP rating. Which might actually take us a little while, because I don't think I've really moved up much since last stream. So we're pretty much right where we were last stream. On progress there. Also, I think I'm going to skip my Underspire again and just make tomorrow a really big Underspire day. Because the only thing we have going on is a pet that we already have 1 billion copies of. So as the main side thing we could do tomorrow, we'll probably just do a ton of Underspire. Like, almost like an hour straight of Underspire later tomorrow night. Oh, we'll also be messing with the new Legendary tomorrow night as well. Almost forgot about that. New little chipmunk thing. That's hello, Bill Warhammer! Welcome. Also, the empty part of that underneath the stream. I need something to put there. We need an update. I have nothing to track. Let's see. Go for that, get our other poke. Kill him out, and we're good to go. As long as we don't lose our laugh. Also, how are we doing on score? Are we actually ahead behind? Oh, we're behind the curve. Oh no, we're not getting enough. We're gonna actually need to spend 30 gems. It's mostly because of the layout of this place. It's like a weird snowflake shape. So you can't really get optimal multiplier order. It's far from the worst, but still get better ones. I wish I would hit any amount of skulls. I feel like whenever I go for that, it never wants to have any skulls nearby. Alright, take out 3 more, and we're done with faction. Until this weekend, where we have to do the same thing again. Because, unless I looked at it incorrectly, you know what we have this weekend? It is Frostfire Keep again. So it's one of those weird weeks where we have a double faction event of the same faction. This happened, I believe, last for Zolkari. For that one Eldrazor place I keep forgetting the name of. Eldrazor. But, yeah, it seems like it's happening again this week unless I misread it. We have a Frostfire Keep event today, and we have a Frostfire Keep event on Friday. So that makes it really easy to know what teams you need. Because whatever you ran today, run it back on Friday. As well as across the weekend. Only real difference is it's going to last for 3 days instead of 1. Guess I get slightly more rewards for it. Also have plenty more time to try to get pure faction done if you're going to go for it. Track the number of time. Chat says 69. No, that would just encourage chat. They need less incentive, not more incentive. Speaking of which, where's Lester? Alright, there we go. Just now realized Lester hasn't been here tonight. I already knew it. No! Only 330 though! Not even. Yeah, 330. We're 330 points short. Aw, that's unfortunate. Anything good? No. Well, let's go waste 30 gems for an orb. Not really a waste. Honestly, if you could infinitely trade in 30 gems for an orb, it's probably worth it. I say probably these days because, honestly, what's still in the orb drop table that's worth it? Like, super late in the game. It is still worth it, though. If you could infinitely convert 30 gems into a random small orb, it is worth it. And that's exactly what this is in this situation. So we're going for it. And there's our 2 orbs and a Volkey. Anything good? We got nothing. There we go. Still worth it. Oh yeah, we have to kill 1 billion browns today. Wanted me to kill 150. We're halfway there. Oh, let's keep going. Also, 75 free gems today. Technically 175 with our top one. Or 95 if you didn't get that one. That's a pretty sizable amount for free for doing almost nothing. What am I looking for? I guess Magnesia, sure, why not? Stormheim team? Stormheim team is either Yerl with the Fire Giants, or you go with, like 1 billion Balders. Those are the 2 main strategies. The Balder spam, or build like a coherent Yerl Fire Mantle team. I'll take that one over. Oh, that was still 1-shot. Nice. Hey, Phoenicia still does damage. Not like her damage actually went down. That's one weird thing about not really using Phoenicia as much these days. It's not like she got worse. It's just that other stuff got better. So it's not like she's hitting a lower number. If anything, she's actually hitting slightly higher because we have some more magic since, you know, Diamantina has come out. But, yeah, she hasn't gotten any worse. She's still really good. Just other things are better now. Most notably Diamantina. Only reason I'm really using her still for this is her slightly lower mana cost. Makes it a bit more consistent. You get full mana on it. But not really, because she only uses 3 colors instead of 6. So it's still pretty much the same consistency now that I think about it. Oh no, I want to have a reason to use her still, I guess. Even though she's basically obsolete now. Ah, there we go. We did that. I don't need his pet, I don't believe. No, it's been maxed for ages. We did that. Oh, we never handed out a code. Let me go do that. I meant to do it after the thing and then didn't. Here you guys go. I gotta go dig it up real quick. Where's my code section? There it is. How many codes do we have left? We're running a little low, but not that low. Still enough to hand out a ton during the holidays. But here I guys go. There is the redeem code used on gemsawar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code is found underneath the settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. And give same loot as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot. It's greatly appreciated. If you guys want me to go over anything else, let me know. Otherwise, what's our main goals at this point? Let me go buy the Spire battles. I don't think I'm going to do Spire today. I think we're just going to do like a mega Spire day or two. Where we just run like a ton of it. Okay, I'm going to take 2 of those. And just let them sit there. This is one nice thing I like about this. I wish every event was like this. Which most Gems of War events are. I like that if you want to, you could just like delay them like forever. Not literally forever. But I like week-long events that you don't have to do daily. Compared to like something like this where it forces you to do it daily for the winter event. Like this is one that they need to like never make again. Where you're basically forced to do it every day or you lose loot. Compared to something like Spire, which is set up really nicely. Because if you just want to wait until the weekend, you just wait till the weekend or whatever other day. We'll probably wait till Wednesday and or Thursday. But, yeah, you have an option to. Which is pretty cool. I like events when they're set up like that. They don't feel forced to have to do them literally every day. Anyways, though it does mean we're going to have to do them for like an hour straight at some point later. That's fine. We did this. We'll have him tomorrow to be able to go over him. Yeah, I think it's just PvP and that's it, right? Am I missing something? I'm pretty sure it's just PvP. Oh, yeah, the daily. What's here? I already got it. Oh, no, I still need to get more glory. Well, we're doing PvP, so we're going to hit that instantly. How do I have exactly 17, though? That's a really weird number. Oh, I was probably messing around with a couple teams when I was doing the video this morning. I was going to say, how do I have exactly 17 glory? But it's because I was testing a couple teams before I made the video. That would explain it. What am I doing here? All right, let's go with this. If you do the pet, you'll replenish pet food, but I have so many white pet foods, we already have infinite pet food. So what pet food am I replenishing? I guess technically the stacks that all say 0. But if our white pet food stack says infinite number, then it doesn't really matter if the others say 0. Because currently it's over 9,000! I think it's at like 12,000 white pet food. Which is not like a lot. But in the current state of the game, it's like theoretical infinite. Like the rate at which pets come into the game relative to our food is just never going to go down. Oh yeah, what rating are we starting this thing on? That's not my rating. We were starting at 4,487. Our goal is to not end the stream until we hit 6,500. I'm not going to use the booster today, though. I'm not sure when we're going to save that for. Obviously, sometime this week. But I will go and get 6,500 by tonight, which means we need to go get another 2,000, essentially. All right, let's go do it. 2,000 PvP rating, go. I said hello, Lorelei. Welcome. I said hello, Jamie. Welcome. Alright, anything I could use here? Not really. Actually, it's enough mana. I might as well go for it. I'm concerned it's going to miss, though. Did we get it? Oh, we did get it. Ooh. Nice. We go for a little bit of those, a little bit of these, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Is that a double kill? It is, because they're both yellow. Does double damage to anything that's yellow. Wait, you get 1,000 VP at 19 as well? I thought it was just at 20. Wait. You get a free 1,000 VP at 19? Does it just do it? Because it doesn't say you do. At 20 you do. Is there an invisible 1,000 VP at 19 as well? Oh, it's probably a glitch. Interesting. I did not notice that. Wait, does it only happen if you claim it separately? Or does it still happen when you claim them together? Because I could have sworn I only got an extra 1,000 when I claimed all earlier. But I wasn't paying like super close attention to it. But did you claim them one at a time or both together? Because I did them both together and I'm pretty sure I only got 1,000, not 2,000. You claimed multiple at once? Interesting. Okay, maybe I just didn't notice because I was focused on the XP boost. Because, of course, that was the first thing we did after we did it, was go straight into the XP boost. So I must just not have paid much attention to the number then. How many battles do we still need? 2 more? I feel like I always do at least like an extra half a dozen battles above what I need to do every single time. Now I'm getting really paranoid to just keep checking it like after every fight. Just to make sure I don't do an extra like 10 fights afterwards. Because it's not really as clear like when you need to move kingdom. I feel like they can make that a bit clearer in a future update. That you're currently not earning silver medals from doing a battle. Oh, come on. What are you doing surviving with 1 HP? I'll catch you later, Sonny. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good week. Have a good holiday. Ooh, a 77. That's the one you want to see. I feel like I never see any of these really big ones. I see a bunch of people on leaderboard averaging like 120 per fight. I'm not sure if they're just constantly resetting or just getting lucky or just have a better drop pull. Because battles like these, yes, they give like, yeah, I'm gonna get like 110 or something from this fight. But I see these very rarely. I see some people on leaderboard like they're getting it every single fight or something. Because I feel like I never get this fight. Or, you know, the super high point one. Like this one right here. Like, we're gonna get over 100 right here. We got 112. I feel like I so rarely see those, like, 70-plus point ones. That allow you to get that high. Like, no, look, I'm back to 42 now. Alright, Suncrest. Basically same team, but different. Look at this one. This one's only 26. Well, technically 31 if we take this one. Oh, yeah, it's the same team, but weaker. Because we can't run Finesse here. Same premise of team. It's just slower. Low level versus high level gets more points. Interesting. So basically everyone who's a high level is penalized then? Is what you're saying? I have noticed that higher level people give more. It seems to be very heavily dependent on level. But I didn't really think it was based on level difference necessarily. Just simply on just level, generally speaking. You're heading to sleep. Have a good stream. DM you when you start the DLC tomorrow. Yeah, I will. My current plan is to probably start at around 10-ish. Give or take a bit. Depending on if I wake up early or if I overslept. Because I'm probably going to sleep in and just wake up when I wake up. Rather than setting an alarm. Plus, I do want to get that Mythic video out tomorrow morning if I can. I like how we got out the other video this morning before I did everything for today. I was literally brushing my teeth as I was uploading the video this morning. About to head out the door. Normally those two activities are separate. Let's see. I'll take the yellow there. You're #1 in your Sapphire League? Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure why. The league seemed to be placing people around, like, the level 1000 range. Like, every single person I'm against, and seemingly a lot of other people, are only, like, slightly above level 1000. Which makes it a little bit easier to get leaderboard this time. I'm curious to see how they will really pan out once everyone's in diamond rank. Or, you know, not everyone, but, you know. Like, all the, like, the super active people are all in diamond rank. In like 4 weeks from now. There's literally no one playing PvP on Xbox. Well, the system isn't fully implemented yet, so it might seem like less than there actually is. Because a lot of the people that you're actually seeing are placeholder people. Like, the person we're fighting right now, they took a real name from someone. But the team that we're fighting against is just a placeholder team. This isn't actually someone's defend team right now, or I should say offense team. It might be someone's actual name in game, but it isn't actually their team. We likely won't have that for at least a couple weeks until the systems fully scrapes a bunch of team from everyone. But it's also why you see a lot of zeros on your league. Is there still a lot of placeholder ones just to make sure the system works properly? Which of course will be replaced with real people once the system's fully working correctly. But it mostly had all the placeholders just as a failsafe. I will throw this one over here. I do not want to convert here. He gets so much mana if I do that. I still don't want to do that, but I kind of need to. There we go. You like to think that you're so intimidating that everyone just quit PvP. Give it a couple weeks, it technically will happen. Because honestly, the meta that's going to exist in some of the sections are going to be unbearable if you don't also have the meta. I kind of needed that troop. Fine, I'll win with Quetzalma. I'll just trade off one infinite loop for the next. So what are these names? We have question mark, 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 question mark. And check a billion dashes, Volter a bunch of dashes, check. Interesting. Also Sir John just randomly in the middle. Oh wait, I got a back-to-back Suncrest, nice. And the teams are still here as well. Let's go fight Volter. There's one thing that can happen. Same thing happens in the main world. I assume it's a feature and not a glitch because it's been around for forever. But, who knows? But, it is possible that it cycles back to the same kingdom you literally just did. And given that there's less things in PvP, it's actually substantially more likely it happens. Because there's less overall locations where it can go. Oh, so he's true damage poked us, I just realized, because we have all of our armor but no HP. He almost one-shotted us with that, too. Kind of scary amount of damage. Oh, I'm trying to set up into a finesse. I just realized I don't have finesse on this team. That's not gonna work. I'm, like, hitting them as if we're about to, like, finesse wipe them. But, I have no finesse to finish them with. As unfortunately, under Suncrest, you can't end up setting it. They don't really have a proper finisher here. Like, depending on your situation, you can kind of get a Quetzalma finish. Or use one of those, like, AoE ones if you don't have Quetzalma. But, it's very comparable damage to what, like, this bird's already doing. It's just not really worthwhile. Unless you can get them, like, right on the edge. Like, if we get him to 4 HP when we want to do a finisher on him, then yes. Like, right here, we're actually going to maybe get a triple kill. As we hit them 69 at a time. Hey, we actually... Hey, don't dodge us. Hey, we get some Quetzalma value for once. Triple kill. I say hello, Lester. Oh, I see my 69 has attracted you to the stream. I would take that one down. Oh, you've been larking the whole time? Ah, so the 69 just got you out of hiding, I see. Oh, I was about to kill it with Quetzalma, but sure, we'll take a random skull. Hello, Ricardo! can you show the team for, what is that one? Underworld? Underworld. Oh yeah, Underworld. I'm using these two. I haven't actually done Underworld this week. But we showed it in the previous video if you want to go copy paste it. Oh, wait. Did I forget Underworld teams? Oh. 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 Huh. Well, I guess I forgot something, didn't I? Huh. I forgot to make Underworld teams. I didn't realize that till literally just now. Wow, interesting. Well, we really haven't touched Underworld this week, have we? Let's see, what's our restriction? Stormheim? Oh. That's not good. That's not a good restriction. Wow, this is awful. Do we go down the Mistralis route? We need something that scales. Am I really just about to Baldur spam? For earlier fights, we should really have more AoE. Problem is, we have, like, no empower. Yeah, no empower. And there's literally 0 empower troops. K-Camera doesn't count. Wow, yeah. We don't have enchant either. Ooh, we got Cosmic Dragon, though. You know how tempting that is for me to go use it? How do we give him mana, though? Is the problem? Like, how on earth are we feeding that thing? Honestly, I'm about to just build in the Blue Dragon. I'm about to, like, Mistralis into a Blue Dragon. Into Valkyrie, into Hero doing something. We're gonna cheese it with something like this. Weapon. I think we just run a new one, right? What's all of our explodey weapons? Problem is it uses yellow. But we really don't have a better option. About to run a first law Valkyrie. Yeah, I think that's the team. And if you had double the Cosmic Dragon, blue Cosmic Dragon, you'd run him. I only have one. And I'm keeping it that way. But, let's offset it with a Mistralis. If nothing else, we get enchant from it. Yeah, I believe that would be the team. I just do that with a yellow, blue. +2 blue, +1 yellow, -1. Hopefully something we don't use. Which is only purple. Ah, the banner doesn't exist, unfortunate. What can we get out of +2 blue minus purple banner then? Sure. I wish I was +2 blue, but we still technically get another blue from Valkyrie. But yeah, that brings us to a +2 blue, +2, also we can do a Titan Storm as well. But nothing on our team is oddly enough a giant. I guess it's pretty flexible what we could hero here. Yeah, it's +2 brown, +2 blue, brown storm with Cosmic Dragon and Mistralis. That's our team. You know what, we'll do one battle just to make sure this saves. But yeah, how did I forget to cover teams in the video? I didn't even think about that till just now. I didn't catch it when I was doing it this morning. But yeah, I didn't actually mention a single Underspire team. Whoops. There's always something I feel like I forget every video. This time it's Underspire team. It is likely what we plan to use for most of it. You can also technically use this in the PvP area. Oh, there we go. And that'll be the team we use the whole time. Grab our free lantern. And now we shall ignore this mode until tomorrow. Anyways, let's go finish our PvP grind. The stream does not end until we hit 6.5k. And we are currently at... how do I even check? PvP... We are currently at... okay, we already got 1k already. Right, let's go get the other 1k. You know what? I'm actually gonna take the really easy fight. It's just so much weaker that it's actually worth going for. It's a little beg for mercy. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I used it with the new weapon. The new weapon's honestly pretty good. That new, like, green, yellow, explodey giant weapon thing. It's not that bad. It's not like the best one of those weapons that ever existed, but it's, what it does for the kingdom is pretty nice. Yeah, 4 kill off of that for once. I think that's the first 4 kill we've bothered doing since this new PvP system. A 4 kill Quetzalma, I mean. There's like never a situation where it can get it off. Wait, is that literally Cinny's team? That's really funny. Yeah, I haven't actually checked his video. Is that literally 1-to-1 his team? That's pretty funny if so. There's only so many ways you could build a team, so like the same teams come up a lot. There also is just really nothing to use in Stormheim. Because all you have is the Dragon, Mistralis, the Mythic, Balder, and that's pretty much it. Other than like a few utility troops here and there. Oh, and I guess the Ural build. The classic Ural build. I'm surprised. Does Cynical actually have the Celestial Dragons? Did he actually go and get all of them? Because I know he plays free-to-play, so that's kind of impressive if he has that many Spire Dragonite right now. And then again, I guess most of my Dragonite is from free-to-play as well. Like, how much extra Dragonite do I really have from spending money? Like, maybe several hundred? So I guess that makes sense now that I think about it. You can't really buy Dragonite. Well, you can, but it's not really worth it to buy Dragonite. Like, a lot of the ways I ever get Dragonite via money in the game is just passively through other things we were already going to do anyways. Like the Season Pass or something where you get a small amount. Or obviously we're not doing it because of the Dragonite. It just simply is a resource that happens to be there. Oh, we only pulled one. As I say only, we also only pulled one. Alright, what do we need? Show me an area. Ooh, we got purple. Still not sure if I want to switch my purple team. I feel like we could do better than this. It's literally just click Diamantina. I don't know, anytime I see purple, I'm just so biased to click Thrall Leprechaun instantly. Every single time I see a purple restriction, it's like, okay, let's go build a Thrall Leprechaun team. Just the most straightforward. It's also the most adaptable for anything. So if someone needs a cheaper option, just downgrade the middle. Why is my highest... Why? I know it's because of level. But why are you doing this? Why is my first fight the highest one? Is it his only Cosmic Dragon? That's kind of funny. That worked out quite coincidentally for him then. Actually, I think it's the first time I'm using a Cosmic Dragon that isn't Stellarix. As it's one of the only few situations where it would be worthwhile. Because you literally don't have access to anything else. The only time it'll ever get used. When you literally have no choice but to use it. Because there's literally no other AoE. I don't think the kingdom has a single AoE all other than that dragon. Like, Mistralis is kind of like it, but it's not an actual AoE all. It's just a very similar mechanic. Without actually being that mechanic. Oh yeah, he might have gotten the Dragonite for it after the Vault event. Vault event does give a lot of Dragonite. Well, not a lot, but you know. Enough to get like an egg or two. Honestly, I kind of want to run Stellarix here. Even if it misses, I kind of just want to run it. Let's switch it out. I just want to see it do something. Even if it pure misses and backfires like crazy. Well, let's go Stellarix. The only problem is, it is physically impossible for us to put, it's actually the reason I didn't actually go for it initially. But we actually can't put, Daughter of Time onto this team. Daughter of Time is yellow-green, right? Yeah, yellow-green. And, of course, yellow and green is not purple. Yeah, Stellarix honestly has been pretty fun. I still prefer Diamantina in most situations, but it's a pretty cool mythic. Has its purpose. It just feels like a slight waste if not using it with Daughter of Time, just because of how much an extra turn increases his rate. Like, it brings him from, like, a 40 to 50-ish extra, like, 40 to 50% extra turn chance. Anywhere to about, like, almost 90% plus. It's kind of insane. Alright, next. Let's see. Also, I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed, but I'm doing all of them except the middle. There's two reasons for this. One is the middle actually does have the correct PvP teams, because it's grabbing it from the previous system, which are people's actual PvP teams, but still slightly weaker, but still annoying. So I've just been avoiding it. It also gives the least amount of points. You only get 11 from the middle. Well, technically 10 plus 1 per all the thingies. How many ranks you have. But all the outer rings give way more. So we've just been avoiding it. It would be a bit more worthwhile to do it if you were the highest rank. And what I mean by that is, once we hit diamond rank, you will get 15 from the middle, compared to 25 from the outer. But if you have absolutely no bonuses, it's a bigger difference initially. So when you have absolutely no bonuses at all, like last week, for example, if you were at a still lower tier, you would end up getting 10 from the middle and 20 from the outer. I mean, you're getting double from doing the outer. However, when you hit the final rank, you're getting 15 from middle and 25 from outer, which is actually less of a difference compared to before. So as you go higher rank, it actually becomes increasingly more viable to take the middle. But initially, it is actually really bad to take the middle until you have the until you're in diamond rank. It's pretty much pointless to take middle until diamond rank, assuming you're prioritizing silver marks. And even in diamond rank, it's not as worth it, but like the difference of value is not as wide. Whereas initially, it's a 2 times difference, but becomes shorter and shorter as you go higher rank. But taking the outer rings is always going to be more points, though. Unless the outer ring meta for some of them just becomes too annoying. Like, let's say you can't do the orc one because you don't have, like, triple Argris. I have Argris against everyone else. Like, you'd probably skip that one and then, you know, just do middle instead. Like, you'd probably use it to skip whatever one is the slowest in the outer rings. Like, I personally might even use it to skip, like, a 4 times giant one or something, for example. Because 4 times giant's actually kind of slow. Well, relative to the other teams anyways. It's not that slow, but compared to what you could use for every other option, it's pretty slow. The problem with color restriction is that the color in question isn't increase. Well, one way to get around that is just more mana accumulation. Or even things that can multi-mana accumulate at the same time, like wish gems and such, or enchant. Or even if you're full mana blocked, you still get mana. Because there are a few mechanics in the game that do allow you to gain mana on a fully mana blocked unit. Which happens a lot, obviously, if you're using like 4 of the same color. The main mechanics for that currently are Wish Gems, and which we just got a new mechanic for this week with that new Wish Gem Holiday Troop. But Wish Gems and Enchant are your 2 best ways around it. Not every color has access to that, of course, but quite a few colors do. But the best 2, or best few, I guess, being Chronos from the previous season pass. the new Chipmunk guy from the current holiday thing, and Mistralis, who's been around for a while. Those are some of the better troops for gaining mana. Oh, also, gosh, the main Wish Gem mechanic one. What's her name? Fairy Godmother. Fairy Godmother's also a pretty good one. Like, those 4 troops are basically the main ones to feed mana into troops that are fully blocked on mana. You could, of course, just keep spamming your mana accumulators. But those 4 are pretty good for feeding mana to things that are completely blocked. But also, just infinite looping also gets you, like, infinite as well. Like, this thing is definitely not giving us any lack of yellow, that is for sure. I think we're going to be fine. Stay Stella, Rix. Stella. Yeah, hopefully we'll have a video out on him tomorrow. Because honestly, he's been a pretty fun troop to mess with over the last week. He's among one of my favorite dragons in the game. Even though I still feel like I'll use Diamantina substantially more. Like, he's more fun than Diamantina, but not more consistent than Diamantina. Like, Diamantina, you pretty much know what it's going to do every time you want to do it. Stellaryx, you not only have to build slightly more around to make sure he actually gets his extra turns, but he can also give the enemy a ton of mana. Which is a bit of a liability. Watch the Seinfeld Stella clip. Why, did they say Stella differently? Actually, that's a clip I kind of want to check. Because it was actually really, really good. I mentioned earlier that we saw the Wonka movie today. And while overall, I would say it was like an average, adequate movie. Like, nothing like that will completely blow you away. It was, you know, it was still good. But, there was one, there was like a several minute scene near the end that I feel like the entire movie was based around when they initially pitched it. And it was actually really absurdly good. Like, the rest of the movie, pretty average, subpar at some sections, slightly above at others. But the ending really hit well. I kind of want to go rewatch it. It was actually that good of an ending. Let's see. We'll take that one over. I'll take that one. I do feel like overall it was a pretty average movie, though. Definitely doesn't live up to its, you know, the thing that it's a prequel to. But in all fairness, that is a pretty high bar. What do we even need here? I guess just kill them normally at this point. I already have skull alignment. So I'd love if you died already. How is this thing not dead? You know how many times I've hit that this battle? You have like 5 lives. I still feel like I should change my divine team up. Like run just like pure AoE spam or something. Oh, what does divine even have for AoE these days now that I think about it? There's some of the divine dragons. Oh, you know what it has? Oh, but bless doesn't work as well. Dragons have access to, what would you call that mechanic? It has access to... I cannot remember its name. It's from Dragon's Peak, or Dragon's Claw, I mean. That one Dragon's Claw troop that has, like the infinite yellow into itself based on Bless. The problem is getting it Bless is a problem. You have to kind of go out of your way for it. While it does supply some Bless itself, it's not enough to sustain its need. They need to add auto battle to PvP. I really wish they would. You know what really needs it? Yeah, Ishtara, that's the one. But you know what really needs auto battles? That they're never going to do? But, maps. if they ever do a map update, and all the things that they do with it, one thing that needs to be included is auto battles for maps. You know how many people would actually start doing maps? If you could just auto battle them? Like, I would actually start using the auto battle feature if you could auto battle maps, because that means you could start auto battling for gems, which is a reason they're probably never going to do it. Because on top of tribute, you could also be just getting gems per hour for free. But they really need to add auto battle to maps. As it's basically free infinite gems. It'd be very slow. I'm pretty sure the AI would only get you like 20 to 30 an hour. But that's 20, 30 an hour on top of your tribute. Hello, YouTube Flames. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. And if anyone's still at the end of the questions, anything you want me to go over to, let me know. Because otherwise, we're probably going to call it as soon as we hit the 6.5k for tonight. Which will also be PvP completed for the week. Well, not completed. I'm still going until we got 1,500 silver marks. So we're actually nowhere near done with PvP for the week. But as far as, like, you know, the weekly for it. But as far as us actually being done with it, we're not going to be done. We'll be done with the weekly specifically. Which we actually should be pretty close by this point. Yeah, we're almost getting a level as well. Let me go check. How many more fights do we have to do here? One more. And how many fights do we need overall? We need... oh, we're already there. Well then, we've met our goal. I guess we'll do one more just to clear out this final section. Well, there we go. Final battle. Oh, hello, Mark Punk. Welcome, welcome. Or Match Punk, I mean. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, I think I'm going to be heading out as soon as we finish up this fight. That'll be every goal we wanted to get done to stream. We got done all dailies, little faction events, and the weekly PvP. Oh, why did I do that instead of taking the convert? I should have. Whoops. Well, now we're in a bit of a weird situation now. Because now I can't actually get the last little bit of mana I need. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. We'll cleanse that off. But yeah, and then tomorrow, I guess our main focus will be probably under Spire and messing with the new troop. And by the new troop, I mean the new Wish Gem one. It's going to play out very similar to how we already play the Mythic, like Fairy Godmother. But the main difference is we have to assume it has no ability. But we get to consistently have a Wish Gem every single turn. And the interesting thing is you can multi-up on them. You could use 2 of them on the team and get double Wish Gem. Though that might be a little overkill. Because what are you really feeding into at that point? I guess maybe a Ward Breaker? I don't know. What's the most consistent full board clear with auto extra turn? Does that even exist? Probably not. Because then you could just do like 2 Wish Gems every single turn. The chance that it gets full mana from those 2 Wish Gems being pretty high, though not guaranteed. And you just keep cycling it in like one other mana accumulator. And just keep doing that over and over and over again. Also, here's the redeem code we handed out earlier. We'll have another one tomorrow night. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. What's my message? Oh, that's my EXP booster. And we'll have 2 tomorrow. Maybe we'll have to use them for something. But anyways, guys. You DM'd me the Seinfeld clip. Okay, I'll go check it later. But anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always. Hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. We'll hopefully have a video going up on Stellarix teams tomorrow. He came out a week ago. And we've had a whole week to mess around with him, so might as well go share some teams now. Of course, we've had him since day 1. We literally got him as soon as the patch came out. And, yeah, we'll cover some teams for him, because he's a pretty fun troop. Obviously, a lot of people probably won't have him for quite a while, which is why I wasn't really in a rush to get this video out for him. Because I'm pretty sure less than, like, 0.2% of people even have this thing. Maybe even 0.1, because he's pretty rare, given that you'd have to go through a whole nother gem cycle like you did for Diamantina. Again for this guy, so he's relatively unowned at the moment, but he's pretty fun. Though don't worry if you don't. I would definitely prioritize Diamantina first. I'll mention that in the video too, but I would definitely say Diamantina and all the gem dragons is way higher priority than Stellarix. Like if you didn't start the grind for either, I would definitely do Diamantina first. It's just better all around. Stellarix in some situations is better than Diamantina, but Diamantina is just way more well-rounded for what it can currently achieve in the game compared to Stellarix. Even though there are situations where Stellarix is stronger than Diamantina. But I like that because they're both usable. Like, one doesn't completely overshadow the other. One concern I had with Stellarix is just you would never use Diamantina again. That's not the case. If anything, you actually use Diamantina way more than you would still use Stellarix. But He's still pretty good. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the holidays. Stay warm out there. I'll catch you guys soon. Stay safe. And see you later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.